If you were in my position, being told by a neurosurgeon that you had 12 to 15 months to live, would you opt for chemotherapy? That 12 to 15 months figure, by the way, that's with, that's after chemotherapy. It could be less, if you don't have it. Now, as I understand it, chemotherapy involves chemicals, drugs. It's painful and horrendous and nauseating. It has side effects, but it's available on the national health. And as you can see, I'm in hospital now. I mean, for those who don't know, I had a brain operation, about a few weeks ago, and I was told it was successful. Yeah, they cleared out all the cancer out of my brain, and my right side is beginning to function again. But I'm waiting to be moved to another hospital because they're more geared up for physio. This room here is small. I mean, I can't walk. I mean, there's not enough room. I mean, I need the other hospital. Surprised I'm waiting so long, but um, I mean all that mass has been removed from my head, and I've started, moving again. My body parts that were, on the right side of my body that were dead. But that neurosurgeon said, it will come back. It's a malignant, cancer, and it will. The stem cells are there. They will come back and infect your brain and everything. Now, as I read it, there's 27% that a cancerous tumor can be malignant. That's as I read. Forget that word cancer. I mean, they were calling it a tumor before. 27%, that's basically a little bit more than a one in four. And the rest of it, the other 73%, is benign. Well, I'm unlucky. I got the 27% once. Mine's malignant. It's not there right now. There's no evidence that it's there, but it will, according to the neurosurgeon, definitely come back. And the end result is I've got 12 to 15 months to live. So, as for chemotherapy, now I've heard, now it kind of divides people. Some people say, get out there and live your life. That's a nasty. I might react different to it, to other people. I mean, um, there's many things that I've gone through in life where people have warned me against it. Don't do that. I've gone ahead and done it, and there hasn't been a problem. I've wondered what all the fuss was about. And chemotherapy is what's on offer from the NHS. I'm in the NHS in England. I mean, no, what I've been bowled over by the comments section, and I've received thousands of comments on these videos, is the number of people who've got alternative medicines, alternatives to chemo. So many alternatives, and I can't possibly choose that. I mean, no, I mean, which alternative? Some people insist their alternative medicine is correct. I mean, some people insist that theirs is correct. I mean, I'm not in a position to choose that. I mean, chemo is the official one. That's the official one. I mean, that's the one that I'm going with. Um, I mean, it seems to be if you pardon the pun, a no-brainer. And basically, if chemo turns out to be really the horrendous, nauseating thing, painful thing that it is, then I'll consider that. Later. I mean, I don't see I've got anything to lose. I mean, without chemo, I'll die earlier. But you know, people have said, forget chemo. If you've only got so long to live, you live your life. But I can't get out of, I can't stand up on my own. I mean, how can I live my life? I mean, I can't stand up. I need to get to that other hospital, which is more geared up where I'm going to get regular physio. The physio at this hospital, are not really, this is not a physio hospital where I'm in now. I'm being promised a bed in a physio hospital, but I'm waiting for it, for an eternity. Um, I need to get the physio done to get my body parts active again, before I can do anything. But let me know your thoughts on chemotherapy, as others have done. Some people say avoid it like the plague, and others have apparently there's a couple of celebrities who could afford anything, who, who opted for alternative medicines rather than chemo, and they died with all the money in the world. They died. And the thinking is that if they'd have, Dave, if they'd have opted for chemo, then they may have lived. It's whatever you believe. I mean, it doesn't pay to be too clever. That's one thing, and I'm amazed at the number of people who was suggesting alternative for me. I mean, now's not it's time's running out for me. Now's not the time. I mean, I've been told to put it bluntly that that 12 to 15 months. That's I haven't had the chemo. That's if I have the chemo. I probably got less than that without it. But I mean, as for the quality of life, I mean, I haven't got a quality of life. I can't get out of bed. I can't stand up. I'm afraid of falling. So, caught between a rock and a hard place. But what are your thoughts on chemo? I mean, I've already had, people's thoughts. But alternative medicines for me are out. I'm not doing any alternative medicines because there's so many on offer, and that's unknown territory for me. So I'm waiting. Things are moving slowly. This is the national health. Now, the national health, has been wonderful up to now, but it's got its problems. It's got its financial problems. Things are running slowly. I mean, I was told a couple of weeks ago when I come into this hospital that my next step is the other hospital, the smaller hospital, which is more geared up for physio. I'm still waiting for the bed to come up in that hospital. That's the one. That's the one. So, that surgeon, the other day told me it'll be couple of weeks before they get back to me in order to discuss the chemo and whether. I mean, things are moving slowly. Things are moving slowly. They're moving slowly, but as the national health, the staff here have been wonderful. They've been wonderful for what it is. They've been wonderful. I mean, I've got nothing but high praise for them. So anyway, let me know what you would do in my position, whether you would opt for the chemo as I'm opting for the chemo, and or you would go down the alternative route. Let me know. And in the meantime, have a good day. Thanks for watching.